Greetings class, this is instructor John Hadeen, and in this video I will be going over our syllabus here for History 100, Perspectives in History. So this class is designed to teach you, the learner, here how we do actual history. So how many of you may have learned history in K-12 is through heavy memorization, dates and names. That's actually not how real practicing historians in the field do history. So in a few of your discussion posts that I've kind of read, I will be going over those here this afternoon and then over the rest of the week here. Some of you kind of mentioned these backgrounds, that in high school or in previous history classes there was a lot of memorization, there was lots of dates and names, and it was kind of boring. History, in my opinion, is way more exciting than that. It's about stories. It's about interpretation of the past. And that is kind of our main objective in this course, to teach you guys how to do research and how history functions as this interpretation of basically the facts of the past. So in our course syllabus here, we're just going to run through this. Now, what I just discussed briefly with you guys is basically our course outcomes, our objectives that we want you, the learner, to get as we go through this course. So we want you to develop questions. A good piece about history is thinking about questions. The big one, why did something happen? So we don't ask so much what happened, because that's very easy. We can figure out what happened pretty quickly. But we want to know, why did something happen? Major developments and progression of historical inquiry. Ooh, that's a good one right there. Again, why did something happen, and why does it inform our critical questions related to a historical narrative? Whoa. A historical narrative, and you'll encounter this term throughout this course, basically means the story that we are telling. And we want to determine the fundamental approaches of studying history. Here's the cool thing I think about history. History is in every single subject out there. So whether you're an accountant, a chemist, a political scientist, an economist, a sociologist, a psychologist, an English major, whatever your major or discipline is, you're dealing with some small aspect of history. You're looking at why something happened. So a fundamental skill history can be applied in every discipline is we want to know why something happened. So we have to develop techniques and approaches to studying this. And then our final deal here is articulate the value of examining historical events and their impact on contemporary issues. History, as some people think, is just dates and names, you know, a bunch of Civil War generals and how many people died in the Battle of Cold Harbor. That's all cool, but when we look at the why something happened, why did America tear itself apart in the Civil War? Why was the response to an election so massive, and what can that tell us about ourselves today? Because this is what history can teach us about ourselves. Even though something may be tangentially related, we can connect that together. And the other cool thing I like about this course, you don't have any books. Everything out there is using the resources of the internet. And I've got a video for you guys later in next week discussing how to use our library guide. So we use a lot of free digital resources, and the one I am the biggest fan of is JSTOR. So the other portion of this class is to teach you guys research techniques that move away from Google. So as we go into our second week of this course, kind of keep that in the back of your mind. We don't really want to hang around with Google too much. We want to start using other resources, more scholarly resources, resources that are going to go way further in depth into a subject than, you know, a Google search would. Contacting me. So this is the main reason I want to have this video for you guys. You have my email address in your my instructor announcement, so in my little bio about myself. You've got my email address there. That is a great way to contact me. The other way, and I'm piloting this in this class this semester, is Zoom. So I don't know if any of you guys ever used Zoom video before. I like it a lot better than Skype because you don't have to set up an account or anything like that. I have a Zoom video, and if you ever want to talk to me or set up a meeting, and maybe once or twice this semester, I will set up a Zoom general meeting where we can have a bunch of people come in, maybe discuss our research outlines, source reviews as a group at a single time, And what's really great is I just create a link, I send it out to you guys. If you've got a webcam and a microphone, that's it. The only thing I ask is if we have more than one person in a Zoom session to either mute your microphone when you're not talking or wear headphones, because if we have a bunch of people on a line, it gets a little echoey. But the cool thing about it, I just send you guys a link, and if you want to talk to me, that's it. So it doesn't have to be about finding an account or setting anything up. If you've got a web browser and I send you a Zoom link, then that is it. It's really great. For grades, so this is kind of the other major thing in this. We have a number of discussions. Discussions are timed. So here's the thing. You must complete all discussion work in that week. Basically, unless you have a learning plan or some other issue, maybe you work for the military and aren't able to be in during our discussion time, contact me in advance, but our discussions are timed. They must be completed within the week unless you have otherwise authorization. Okay. Quizzes. There are a couple of short quizzes. You have usually 2 attempts to do these. Short responses. These again will determine and articulate how you are doing research, how you are thinking about source material. And then we have 3 projects. So our first project is a general topic exploration. So you have 3 choices to choose from, either the drafting of the Constitution, of the history of apartheid in South Africa, or Mao's rule over China. But you also have a 4th option, but you must contact me in advance before you choose this option. So again, you must contact me in advance for this, and I approve 99.9% of all topics. So I've got some really cool ones in the past. So one person one year did a history of comic books, and that was super cool. That was super cool. Another did music. So the floor is open on the last one. You just need to tell me in advance so I can approve of it. The reason I say that is sometimes people have chosen topics that are not so doable, and others have not approached me and just started a topic, and I said this is not appropriate to do. So again, this is why you must reach out to me in advance. So you'll be finding sources here. The other one is a context and introduction. So you'll be doing a bit of writing, but this is not a writing intensive course. So you'll be kind of drafting ideas on how to articulate a historical or a research paper. And then the final portion of the class, Project 3, is a multimedia presentation where you'll be creating a PowerPoint or a Prezi type of presentation, submitting it to me as ways to show how history is not so much about just regurgitating facts, but telling stories, and telling stories through different lenses of analysis. Our standard grading system, and then our course schedule. I have an important note about late assignments. So I do accept late work. Okay, you just get 1 additional week, and then after that it's 10%, but then after that additional week and 10%, it is not accepted for credit. We are an 8-week course, so we move quickly. The other thing to note, and I made an announcement about this, is academic honesty. Since this is an online course and you're using online materials, sometimes it's very easy to find information out there that might not be your own. Do not do it. You will be caught. Students do this, they are caught, and I have to fill out paperwork that, is very official, very formal. So do not do it for a number of reasons. It does not help you in the long run. It is very dishonest, and it could threaten your academic career. So in the end, academic policy, only submit your own original work. That is kind of our whole syllabus here. Okay, so we are going to have a really exciting class. I look forward to this. If you have any questions, feel free to send me an email. If you would like to ever schedule a Zoom session or want to know more about what Zoom is, just ask me and we can have a chat. Thank you. Goodbye.